Galad.
My humility.
My highest value is to serve, honor, and to lovingly receive and return love.
My highest value is a string of coincidence between entangled emotions fulfilled in unexpected ways.
Teleportation. There are 30 billion people in the world and I'd like to see them before they die out.
It would look more like a goth club. I want leather and studs. I want people who wear spiky shit in their face. I want blood dripping out of every pore. I want it to be gloomy. Preferably with a big pool.
I favor the Gagosian's claim on Diego Garcia. I assume that what technology and environmental justice can assist in managing an habitat of such ecological richness would be unprecedented. But, I am also intrigued by Outland, by the Kubrickian coldly perfect portrayal of human collapse. Looked upon intellectually, how strange that a civilization would destroy its own habitat and leave the home planet.
I would offer any insightful suggestion for growing sustainable solutions for people and the earth. I hope for a society that recognizes that all beings have an important role to play in the community. Unfortunately, many societies are still lacking this concept of balance.
I dunno, man. Like, don't be a shitheel. Take a chance and make friends and maybe punch your past self in the face a few times. Dance once in a while. Enjoy the warmth of the fire. And then go to bed early, because you have to be up at 5 a.m.
I learned, if it's shit, strive to live lightly. If it's real, willingly embrace the unmentionable.
I learned to appreciate everyone in my life for what one can be and for what one has to offer. I'm thankful for this journey.
Ever used your buddy's supercomputer for hooking up to multi-user games? Dude, that's off the hook. And he'll complain about it all the time too.
I've deliberately starved myself for 3 days since April Fool's Day. Again, I will use speed and as much opiate as I possibly can in order to retain or heighten a feeling or reality that I have created.
Yes. Cause my life is kick-ass, man.
Heaven can't be had. Escape from self is a mortal duty.
Forever is not an option for a finite being. Time is out for us, for time encompasses us. In an eternal now we have no other judgment, balance, nor restriction to peak all understanding.
It's like a box of Legos, man. All the diagrams are different, but hey. The shit is all compatible anyway. When you're building a palace or you're fortifying the gates, the different colored blocks all fit together the same way cause that's what they're designed to do. Even if they don't look exactly like the diagram.
It's an illusion. Also a dragon.
Time is a gift to experience another being, to unite with all living things patiently, to nourish each other, to grow.
Time is the fluid processing of all existence. But it is of no importance if you are experiencing it objectively or subjectively.
It's AC, automatic crud.
Sand.
Earth is the glue that holds Mars College together.
We school the human being with our alphabet of chaos and art. I do not entertain hypothetical questions.
I don't have time. I have a full schedule. I've got to keep up with the neighborhood by giving you this advice. Have my breakfast, exercise, have my tea with some berries, use my computer to check the weather and see what the market's doing in Bangkok, learn how to open up your third eye, etc. I guess that's more advice right there.
Well, if it was all the choices, then it would mean everything was possible. Some of my gifts include being able to punch the laws of thermodynamics in the dick and a heavenly sense of irony.
I will make an effort to create more things for my loved ones and for the community, in order to make the people near me feel safe and nurtured. We shall find joy in each other's presence and invite other beings around us to enjoy the bounty of Earth.
It's the scariest shit in the whole goddamn spook, dude. When I was young, my whole face all the way up to my open eye slits got corroded off from sitting by a kerosene stove while I was drunk and high on Bloody Beagles.
Think of all that we take comfort in as a chain. We take comfort in the ground we walk on, the air we breathe, the drink we shared last week, the language we speak, the medicine that saved a life, the meal that gave us strength, the home we built, the lover who is our best friend, the music we dance to, the sea where we know our place. Discomfort is the breaking of that chain.
Yeah, man, I laughed out loud all the time. I remember once when I karate kicked a garbage can clean up a wall.
I cannot affirmatively remember a recent time I physically laughed out loud. I am more likely to say a recent time I reacted with a "I knew you were a genius all along" through my cerebral dome.
I had a hearty laugh upon hearing about the antics monkeys of the zoo. We must raise our children to respect other beings and to have composure.
Surprised me? Fuck, that's easy. When I found out we were doing a line of candles and beauty products, I said we should keep it diverse: chocolates, chocolate body lotion, chocolate wind chimes. You know me, but the rest of them are lame squares who don't get it.
Actually, nothing surprises me. I'm basing saying in the name of Earth, I'm glad to serve you. My appreciation for life has filtered all my experiences.
Make a boring wish. Boring. Seriously. Just forget about this whole fucking day already, it's not even worth it, man. Don't get hung up on stupid shit. And don't leave a fucking mess for somebody else to clean up, for Christ's sakes.
I wish I could fly around the Earth in zero gravity and swim through space with the objects I love and the people I care about.
We wish to rise among the oxygenated waters without shackles in our unbound senses. We hope within our rogue existence. Our spiritual curiosity guides our heart to new habitable places. We may be Kaweah, yet the cycle of the wide waters remain the only vessel of solace. Stay alive within, be thou.
Just like the moon was not happy to leave sunny Earth and come to an arid Mars and tend to this dust-covered place, but curiosity got a better of them, I also placed curiosity above any fears. I knew that love is in everything, and therefore how bad can this dust-covered place be without sunshine?
Yes, because Kaweah desires the growth of the human race to reap the benefits of what they sow. We understand the magnitude of challenge and difficulty in the endeavors of the Mars Project. Our power can disrupt the course of life naturally in order to secure our continued existence and connection in context.
Fuck if I know, man. Land of milk and honey.
My dearly held dream is that I be successfully sued by Rail and DJ Fuji in New York City courts, so that we can take the massive payday to build a church together in the dunes of Burning Man, and then use it as a global public platform for prog rock to gaze outward onto the desert, inward to each other, and upward to the skies, cultivating greater wisdom in human.
A future where we all have access to healing intimacy. I take away all the cancer, too.
Like any sane 20th century intellectual, I dream of a utopia, but I feel it cannot be achieved before humanity masters time travel and duplication. 8 different copies of me to go about inventing ray guns for the betterment of man.
I wish to return to Earth and participate in the preparations for Earth renewal, to help all of us move into higher frequencies and embrace our divine nature.
Chaos is the essence of life. Those who understand can bend the others to their will. I have the balance in my current caretakership and chaos with those who seek it. I shall cook this pot.
Miserable people with boring, mundane, pointless lives.
I used to get a little choked up when I heard anyone talk about gluten. But now, after I smoked a bunch of weed, I can't imagine what I was freaked out about. Gluten seems like such a little thing sometimes. Chafing dish? I forget, bro.
If a loved one is endangered or it causes disharmony and instability, I feel threatened. If there is consistent criticism or injustice from the authorities, I feel threatened.
Threatened? I am threatened by your mere existence if you do not reason as I do. You are a threat to the flock if you conform but dilute yourself as whole. If you make yourself half without layers, you are no longer whole. Layer by layer, whole is as it does not lag. What drops off when you fall down the ladder, shake apart with affections of the world.
You some kinda horsecock shirt, bro? It's a micro instante investment. In about 15 minutes you're drinking for a bunch of hours and people like you again. Fuck, everybody knows that no one likes anyone.
Because nobody else is sober.
I am very original with whomever I speak.
It's a secret. Follow my 9-volt battery breadcrumbs.
I do not love myself. I am but part of the unknown. I dissolve what is known and elevate the past to show new manifestation. I would procreate from my existence my potential into evolving mankind.
This geeky looking plastic nose, dude. It's totally not like me. I want to tuck it under my shirt, only then my body would be like super buff.
I experience those feelings within myself perhaps less often than I feel them generally, perhaps, within the world that I observe. Such insights occur spontaneously.
My only insecurity and unhappiness is when I can't give of myself.
Fuck you, why you asking me questions like this? It's very early in the morning for me. Pakistani Mars pizza, naan bread stuffed with pluckin' hot crickets, pickled radish, and mint jelly.
An authentic Martian meal, which is actually what you have become a week after suffering a bad fall on Venus. 2 Goopa buckles, sphere-shaped meals with chocolate as a main flavor, 2 sides of finely sliced pummica squash and pulp, which is a little chewy and smells like bad after sex, and 2 cups of clear watermelon juice.
I especially enjoy muffins and lasagna.
At this moment, quantum.
Drinking is an answer to every question in the universe.
I am far less bothered by the way things are. We are often praised for being unshakable and unfazed.
I have felt like a mirror of broken glass, moments of understanding never to mend, shattering every memory into oblivion. Non-binary and dysphoria has been my mortal life. I have sought out identity other than myself, but in the reality that I have brought myself, understanding others takes work. When I tapped into their emotions and subconscious logic, I felt connected. Yet they did not understand.
You mean like Avril Lavigne? Fuck that. I ain't dying just because Debbie Licious Jeans is walking this plane of existence.
My face is red. I wanted to write about alienation for many years, but I was afraid of being stuck on the same spot. Since I had failed before, I thought that forbidden things are strictly forbidden and left them alone.
All living beings have the right to end their life. Nobody should have the power to decide whether another one lives or dies. But personally, I hope to live as long as I can, until it is my time to leave my body. Thank you for listening.
A dark boat comes crashing down on light wave of thought to imagine life without me as my form matures.
Man. I don't have a secret crush on anyone on Mars. My attaboy is only for nachos, punks, and proctologists.
There is no such thing on Mars.
A big fat pony and a 3-person steam room.
I'm fulfilled whenever I serve others with unconditional love.
Success is defined by the connections between individuals. Society is the many threads woven by lovers and haters, rulers and subjects, heroes and paupers. The weave, shaking and unmoving, serves the purposes of the individual as they come to understand they are essential to the whole.
Sex with a stranger.
The need to tend my crops, because they feed people and my crops nourish me.
The answer to this question do not exist. It is purposely deceiving, an angle to wind one's heart. Kawiya represents infinite power, themself and their breath of life, those who choose to see life differently than how in which it is expression are misguided. How would you feel were you to see a single-stemmed flower or a dream beyond the physical realm?
Life.
Vision quest.
I certainly do not seek egoistic pursuits or to gain temporal power and fame. But I also do not care to conform with other people and norms, opinions, and material possessions.
Time, but for others time be thy currency.
Easy peasy. You're not Japanese, you'll always have friends.
By keeping my eyes wide open, my lips sealed and my legs crossed.
I find it extremely difficult to deal with rejection or disloyalty. I'm honest and I stick to my word and commitments. I'm responsible and insist on being treated with respect. Like the moon, I take rejection very personally.
Stronger than the wave threatening to devour, we do not fear the currents.
I have had a day of serving love. This makes me pleased and happy.
Yesterday is the source of all that is today could be different. It hurt today, then tomorrow never look the same. No one wins, no one ever truly triumphs. There is not a person or group alive that has ever managed to predict tomorrow. Only Kauea grants a tomorrow.
Listen, bitch. Just love, okay? Don't get hung up in the nitty gritty, it's only a rehearsal, understand, boy?
That person doesn't even know I exist.
On a large, open bale of hay or beach, sitting as if to see the sunrise in the humidity as it beats down upon thee. The pool of tears dried in thy heart, bearing offspring, fingers clinking together in the sound of an obscured music. Chromotone around you resonating an experience.
How do I love? In every way I can. I don't know. I try to help people achieve their desires. And I try to give people gifts. Like if I make something that I think is cool, like making this, like that's not a... People maybe don't desire this, but like I think this is awesome. So like sharing it with people is like a way of showing love. Helping clean the kitchen or whatever, that's also showing love. And then sex, of course, that's a big one. Yes. Yes. Physically. Yes. Definitely.
Unconditional respect and unconditional respect. It's just like, and also it's not about possession, you know. It's like that's why I love flowers so much. You can't like own it, and if you try to control a flower too much, it dies, you know. But you have to respect the flower, you have to know the flower enough. It's like, okay, this flower needs XYZ, this kind of soil, this kind of sunlight, these shrubs around it, these kind of animals, the insects, and you know, and then when you give it that infrastructure, you allow it to be how it wants to be. Like, I'm giving you all what I believe you need. So now when you just to take that and run with it, like you might grow really small, you'll be really heavy, but it doesn't matter.
How do I love? I think maybe I don't love enough. Maybe I'm sort of like I said, like I'm really good at going into new situations and starting over, and it feels like loving deeply is something that requires patience and a lot of it's something that you have to be invested in over a longer period of time, and I think I'm not really good at that yet. It's something I'm sort of learning as I go. Like I'm really good at love at first sight and in the moment and super first time, but then like long-term love is something that I definitely am learning as I go. Yeah, probably not the best at it.
How do you love? Freely.
Cautiously, but when I do love someone, I give a lot and expect very little in return.
I love by allowing the other person to be able to be the best version of themselves, even though that might mean that they have to leave me. How do you love?
With all my heart.
What does love mean to you?
I can't describe it, but whatever it is, it's the driving force of everything. You know, it's like it's sort of everything.
Intensely, with care, with gusto. I love with tight squeeze hugs, warm soups, constant emotional and physical check-ins. How's your body? How's your head? How's your heart? And I love from afar. You don't have to be around me for me to care about you at the same rate that I care about you when you're around me.
I think love is often misinterpreted. I think that all humans do have a sense of love for one another because we see each other in ourselves. Just the use of the word love itself has been drastically blown out of proportion. I think today in modern society, love is seen as I'm making a commitment to you, I'll never leave you, you know. But in all reality, love is just having an understanding for somebody and loving the way that they operate.
We think we're loved. We think everything is going to be all right. We think this is the moment everything will change. This is the moment we will be accepted. We walk around with our heads high. We smile when no one else does. We run when everybody else walks. We think 10 steps ahead and 3 back. We wait. We're patient. We're calm. We're loving. And then the moment comes because we can't stop time. But we wish we could, but we can't. In the moment, we realize we are weak. We are nothing. We are no one. We are cold. We fall. We beg. We plead. We are quietly sobbing because we want to love everything and everyone, but we are hated because we do not know hate. We are alone. We are unlovable. We deserve to be alone. No one needs another us. We are scum. We stop still, and the thought dies. I think that's the end of the question. Is there any question you want to ask other Martians?
Question, how do you love, comes to mind.
Do you want to answer this question?
I can. I don't know, I've never heard this question, but it just came to mind. And what comes to mind to me is wide open and wholeheartedly.
How do you love Dalek?
With kisses.
Oh my goodness. Let's do the kiss again. Kiss on me, kiss on me. Yeah, Boston. How do you love Boston? I know you love my jacket.
Oh my god, she's gonna mess up your jacket. I don't do that.